Good morning, guys. Tony Maritato here, licensed physical therapist, and I get a lot of questions about my favorite shoulder mobility program. So I'm going to give you 3 exercises that I use almost on a daily basis to keep the shoulder complex nice and healthy. Now, I have a tendency to get really tight shoulders. It's early in the morning right now. I haven't done any exercise. If I turn profile to the camera, for me, that's about it. That's comfortable, full range of motion. Clearly, it's not 180 degrees. My shoulder should be straight overhead, or my hand, and it's just not. So what I try to do to loosen my shoulders up is called a bar pass-through. Now, you could do it with a cord, you could do it with a broomstick, a dowel rod, whatever you have handy. It doesn't have to be anything heavy. But basically, all I'm doing is I'm grabbing out on the ends. And what's important with the pass-through is I'm actually pulling on the bar. I'm trying to stretch the bar. Now, because the bar is not going to stretch, you're not going to see any difference. But as I pull out, I can feel tightness along the outside posterior aspect of the shoulder. So my lats, my tricep, my posterior delt, they're working to pull on the bar. I start with my elbow straight, bar about waist level, and just nice and easy, I pass through. If I can go at least overhead, that's awesome. Maybe some of you will just get there. If I had a problem in, let's say, the left shoulder, what I might do is I might favor that left shoulder in the beginning, keep that left shoulder down nice and low. As the shoulder loosens up, I can start to go a little bit higher and start to get a little more range of motion until eventually I'm completely overhead, full pass through, come all the way back. But the important part here is pulling on the bar, stretching the bar. And from a profile perspective, I can come here. I can certainly come straight down if I don't have the mobility yet. But the goal would be to create some space between the back, upper thoracic, and the bar itself. So I'll do about 10 pass-throughs. This will kind of get the entire shoulder complex warmed up. Then I like to hold the dowel rod in a vertical position, let it drop over the arm so it's running almost parallel with the forearm. With my other hand, I grab underneath and I get a little bit of an external rotation stretch. I can do this with the elbow in front of me. I can do it with the elbow to the side. I would always want to do both shoulders. Now, this is more of a joint capsule stretch. It's not really a muscular stretch. I'm stretching the connective tissue inside the joint, inside the shoulder itself. So you can hold this for 20, 30 seconds. You can hold it for a minute. Since it's not a muscular stretch, it's a connective tissue stretch. You want to do a lighter intensity, longer duration stretch, but the rules don't necessarily apply as if I was trying to stretch a muscle. And then the final one that I like to do is real simple. I like to come from behind the body. The bar is sitting down, kind of across the top of the shoulder blades, the spine of the scapula. And from this position, we're just gonna do a little trunk rotation. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to point the bar straight ahead and straight ahead. The motion is coming from the hips, but I'm getting kind of thoracic opening. I'm squeezing the shoulder blades together behind my body. I'm getting the trunk rotation. If I pick a spot to focus my gaze on, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get cervical rotation, trunk rotation, hip rotation, all of which while I'm in this vertical arm position. So I'm getting a little external rotation with the motion. And obviously that any rotational sport, any throwing sport, we want to include the entire body. I'm even mobilizing the ankle, the hips, the knees. When I have a patient who's had any kind of lower body injury or trauma, we do a lot of trunk rotation and standing because that just gets all of the joints of the body moving in a way that we want. So those are my 3 favorites. We've got the bar pass through. We've got the external rotation in front and to the side. And then we've got over the back, trunk rotation. If you have other questions, other thoughts or ideas, let me know down in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed, I'm trying to grow the channel, so please support it by subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.